In this video, we're going to watch how to do breaststroke kick properly through video analysis. We're going to go over some Dryland exercises that you can do today at home to practice and get the feel for the movement. And lastly, we're going to identify some common mistakes and specific drills on how to fix them. Comment down below if any of these apply to you, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of the technique videos like this one. Breaststroke kick is so unique. It's not like any other kick because of the leg and the feet movement. For some, it may come naturally. For some, it may be the opposite. To make everything easier, we're always going to break it down into phases. Phase 1, the start phase, also known as the catch phase. Phase 2 is the actual kick, and phase 3 is the glide phase. Number 1, the start phase. In this phase, you're bending your knees and bringing your heels to your glutes. The goal is to position your feet so that they are ready for the next phase. But bending your knees creates drag, so we have to be smart about it and minimize the resistance. Next up, we have the kick phase. So you're going to flex your feet, turn them outwards so that the feet can grab water. Draw a circle with your feet until your toes are back together. This phase generates the power, so kick as hard as you can. Lastly, we have the glide phase. The purpose of this phase is to carry the speed that you generated in phase 2. Keep your legs together, try to position your body so that you don't cause any additional resistance. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds and begin again with phase 1, the start phase. Remember, in the kick phase, you want to be as powerful as possible. In all the other 2 phases, the start and the glide phase, they're easy, but the kick phase, this is what will actually move you forward. So if you just follow the movements very gently, you're not going to go very far. But if you do the start phase and the kick phase, you whip your leg, you do that very powerfully, then for the glide phase, you're actually going to see yourself moving, which is the whole point. Chapter 2, the Dryland exercises. Before you go to the pool and try breaststroke kick, it's a great idea to practice the movements at home. Start with foot circles. Sit comfortably, flex your feet, turn them outwards, and draw circles. Next, sit on a chair with legs straight in front of you. Bend your knees and hook your feet on the chair legs. Penguin walk. Turn your feet outwards and walk a couple steps forward. Do this for about 30 seconds to a minute. And lastly, lay down on a mat and practice the full kick. Remember about flexing your feet and turning them outwards. At first, you might go to the pool and practice breaststroke kick, but not really go anywhere. There could be many reasons for that, but we're going to go over some of the most common ones. Mistake 1, pointed toes, not flexing your feet, not turning those feet outwards. If you're used to freestyle or backstroke kick, at first, it might be really hard for you to switch to flexed feet, which we do in breaststroke. If that sounds like you, unfortunately, you will not go very far. In freestyle or backstroke kick, you're kicking your feet down and up, but in breaststroke, the reason why you want to keep your feet flexed is because you're kicking back. So instead of doing the vertical motion, you want to do the motion horizontally. Flexed feet are the key to breaststroke kick. But the good news is that there are several exercises you can do to practice this movement and to make it feel more natural. Feet outward jumps. Turn your feet outwards and do a few jumps. This movement imitates the kick phase. Next, corner kick. At the pool, sit in a corner and kick as if you were trying to push both walls apart. Lastly, while holding on to the lane line with one hand, place your feet turned outward onto the wall. With your face in the water, apply pressure on the wall. Then bring your arms in a streamline and actually push off. Mistake 2 is bringing your knees to your chest. During the start phase, when you're bringing your heels to your glutes, it might urge you to also bring your knees up to your chest. Avoid that at all costs. It creates so much drag, and all the speed you've already generated is gone. If that sounds like you, here are the 2 drills you can practice. Something to practice at home is standing in front of a wall and doing kicks one leg at a time. If you start bringing the knee to your chest, you'll hit the wall. In the water, practice breaststroke kick on your back. Keep your arms by your side. Lay down with good body position head back, looking straight at the ceiling. The reason why this is such a great drill is because when you're on your back, it's easier to notice if your knees are coming out of the water. If you want to take it a step further, make it a goal that with each kick, you try to touch your hand with your heel. Next up, we have mistake number 3, no gliding. When done properly, the kick phase gives you the highest propulsion and the highest speed. The glide phase, which comes right after the kick phase, it carries that speed. By skipping the glide phase and going straight to another kick, you are missing out on 2 very important things. 1 is rest. 2 is all the speed you have generated so far. Luckily for you, there's a very easy fix for that. While you're practicing your kicks, you can use counting. Do 1 kick, count 1, 2, 3. Second kick, 1, 2, 3. In your head, repeat those numbers. That will help you remember to pause. Mistake 4, your knees are too wide. If your knees are too wide, but you do everything else correctly, you will still move. It just creates extra resistance. Take a buoy, put it between your legs, and try to kick without letting go of the buoy. This will force you to keep your knees together, and it will train your brain and your muscle memory that when you take the buoy out, your knees will not go as wide, as far apart as they used to. It will be very uncomfortable to kick with the buoy. You won't move a whole lot, but don't give up. Think of it as wearing teeth retainers. They're not comfy, but in the end, they give an incredible effect. Mistake number 5, your feet are too much on the surface. So your feet should not come out to the surface because water there is a lot less dense than underneath the surface. And the denser the object is, the more we can push off of it. To work on this, I'm going to send you right back to the kick on your back drill. This way, you'll feel the resistance that you should be feeling. You can experiment and either keep your arms by your side or in a streamline. Thanks for sticking out to the end. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the free ebooks that I have in the description below.